here today?
I'm having problems with my family. They don't really understand why I want to move away, and I feel like I have a lot of pressure on me to stay home, but it's not really what I want to do.
And what is it that you want to do?
I want to start a new life with my family somewhere else.
And what is it exactly that they want you to do?
They just want me to stay home. They don't really understand why I want to move away.
So they want you to kind of stick around with your family, and you want to go off, and try something new.
That's right.
Is that kind of what you're saying? Okay. Have you talked with them at all?
I have, and it's mostly just resulted in them making me feel guilty for my decisions.
When you're talking with them, do they say anything specific on, why they don't want you to go, or is it just you think because they miss you?
Well, I think my mom's kind of from an older generation that doesn't move around a lot, and she's also afraid to fly on airplanes, and she just really doesn't understand the need to move out of the region.
Okay, so you're saying she's a little bit more old-fashioned and likes to stick around where she was raised. So do you think that maybe she thinks, or you think that that's what she wants you to do?
Yeah, that's the feeling I get.
And you have a young family yourself, right?
I have a wife and a son. We're just trying to get out from under the thumb of our families. We want to be independent and do our own things.
Right. You have your own family now, and you want to create your own life kind of separate from your family?
That's right.
Okay. All right. And do you have any ideas on maybe where you'd like to move or start?
I think anywhere I could get a decent job. I just, you only live once, and my family and I, we've talked about it, and we just really like to see the country, if not just the country, the world.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, that's something amazing to be able to see other parts of the country, other parts of the world. At the same time, I see how it's tough for you because, you don't want to, leave your parents, high and dry, or, you want to make them happy, but you also have to think of yourself and your own family that you have now. And so, what have you been telling them? Have you been kind of easing them into the fact you might move, or how have you been going at it?
I tried to drop some hints to try to soften the blow as it came, because I knew this would be difficult, but as the time has gone on, it's become more and more clear that that's my intention, and the issues have started to surface because of that.
Do you currently live near your family, right?
Yeah, we live within, half-hour drive.
Now you said that your parents are nervous to fly on planes.
Yeah, my mom is.
And do you think, in your thinking, that this will obviously be an issue if your family moves someplace far away, where a plane might be the only way to come and see you?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough because nowadays some people have that fear of flying. Have you thought of maybe moving someplace within driving distance, just to not to kind of soften the blow, or?
Well, that would be nice, but I can't make my decisions for my life based on their fears.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
I have to go where I can find a job that works for me, and
that's understandable.
I can't deal with these sort of things.
Yeah. So it must be tough. It must be tough for you because you're kind of put in this situation as, the head of your family, to take care of them, but at the same time, you have pressure from, your own parents, to kind of satisfy their needs of having their only child, they want to have their only child around to see. You said you have a son, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Their
they're
only
gonna.
grandchild.
Yep, their only grandchild. So you obviously see where they're coming from, and you see that. But yeah, it's a difficult situation, and
Yeah, I understand their complaints, but I need to understand how, I'm supposed to speak to them about this. That's kind of.
yeah, it's definitely something that maybe we could work towards. In our sessions here, we could work towards ways that you could approach them with, some optimistic ideas. Some optimistic ideas that could make it a little easier, make the transition a little easier.
Yeah, like, what did you have in mind?
Well, maybe we could suggest to them that you could have some family reunions. You get together. There's a bunch of holidays. You get together for some holidays. Birthdays, something like that. You said your mother's afraid to fly. Maybe you guys come back. A majority of the time, and or something like that. What is your parents' ages? Are they still working? Are they retired?
Mom's retired. My dad's still working.
I see. Yeah, we could definitely start brainstorming some ideas that could help the transition for them a little easier and take a lot of the load off of your shoulders, because I'm taking it from you that this is stressing you out.
It's quite stressful. It's hard to have that kind of pressure put on you when you don't really think it's fair.
Right. Which it isn't really fair. It's your own life, and you should be able to do, what you want to do. Sometimes it's hard you can't make everybody happy.
Right. Well, we'll try that. We'll see what we can do, and maybe you and I can come up with some ideas.
Well, maybe. So what we've talked about is, basically, you're thinking of moving with your own family, and you want to go and do that, and you want to start your own life, and you want to be independent and see what you want to see, and you don't want to have that pressure of being held, to where you were raised. You don't want that pressure, but you want to keep them in your lives. You want to see them often. You just kind of want to do your own thing, and if it's moving, to the West Coast or to Germany or wherever you want to go, I see that you want to have that option available, right?
Sure.
All right. Well, maybe we could start coming up with some ideas and some suggestions on where, and ideas to bring up to your parents, of, like I said, like you going out and flying out to see them with your family so they can see their grandson. And we'll come up with some ideas. All right?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, I just want to, thank you for coming in and talking with me.
Thanks. That was productive. Thank you.
All right.